Okay, we are now live. The March 11th, 2016 Small Business Accounting Advisors. Hello, everyone.
Hi. Hi, Gina. How's
Hello.
everybody?
Good.
Konnichiwa.
So we were talking a little bit about Windows 10, the good, the bad, the ugly. We're silent now.
Oh,
Well,
I enjoy it. To be honest, the Edge browser is really nice. It's really fast, and it's really nice to read in. So it's definitely worth an upgrade.
But
Have you had any hiccups with
books online
2016?
with Edge. It's not compatible.
You would not. I would not use QuickBooks Online with Edge, but I'm hoping it's going to come along. You know, you still got Chrome, you still got the Windows app. That all
Mhm.
works just great. Desktop, I'm not having any troubles with 2015 or 2016 for sure.
yeah.
Nice.
I haven't tried to run Enterprise, but overall, I would say that it's been very smooth sailing doing the transition.
Oh, good, good.
I heard from Intuit the only place where 2016 and 2015 are not working is POS.
No, I don't support that, so
So
I'm good.
now,
I've heard some that they couldn't run advanced reporting on Windows 10.
oh, okay.
Okay, so
that
there are
could
still
be.
some things. And I know I have a client that just bought a brand new computer, Windows 10, and he is using the QuickBooks Online, and even trying to log on with Chrome, he's having problems. Like he'll get to the login screen, he'll put his login on, and then it'll go blank. So
Well, and then there still could be an issue too with Statement Writer in that it was only able to work with Excel 2010.
Oh,
So I'm not sure if they've made that so it works yet or not. But I haven't used it in a while, so
How many
I haven't
here are
really
using
needed
Statement Writer?
Statement Writer.
I never use it.
I tried with Windows 10, 10. You know how like in Windows 7 and 8, there's a little search box that you can search your computer. You don't have that in Windows 10. Like if you were going to do that reg edit kind of thing.
Oh, you could still do that.
Where do you go?
You go to the command prompt.
Okay.
You just go
I
to
just
your.
thought Microsoft was being smart because they had to bring back the start button.
Well, you go start, and then you go command prompt.
Okay. So
And
it's
then you
another
just
click.
go
They added a
reg
click
edit.
to it.
eh,
Okay. So Yvette is saying she's not able to attend today. She
okay.
has family coming in from out of town, and I'm busy cleaning the house.
Okay.
So we'll talk Expensify next time with Yvette.
Oh yeah, that's one of the reasons I popped in is because I have, set it up to work with QuickBooks Online.
Oh, okay. Well, we can talk about it then.
Well, let's wait till for her, and then we can talk about.
I know. I need to set it up I have a QuickBooks Online. I have a QuickBooks Desktop and a QBO Canada. I need to set it up for.
Oh, nice. Well, the desktop works a little differently because you're using the web connector.
Okay.
When you're doing the Expensify. So you got to set up, your chart of accounts, and I would do a test.
Third-party applications.
That's how to get rid of
Then
it.
are you wrecking like a company card with it that you're having everybody put expenses in? Yeah. Then you want the enterprise edition of the Expensify. Because otherwise it all comes in as bills payable to the person.
Say that again?
You want to get the enterprise edition where then they set it up to work with the company card. And then you contact support and they'll help you do it.
Okay.
And there's an accountant's program too, by the way. So you can get certified in Expensify and they give you all the training.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey,
So
Deb. Hey,
it's
Mariette.
worth doing. And it's Debbie. Hi, Debbie.
Hey, how are y'all?
Hey, what's going down?
Oh, just, same old tax season.
Oh, so I'm playing hooky.
The doorbell rang. Somebody's at the door with a tax return. I'll be right back.
Oh,
So I was on the Expensify bandwagon years and years ago. I had a client they were actually a startup client, and when I first started with them, they were very simple, but they quickly, and they had outside salesmen. There were probably about 10 to 15 salesmen. They all had their own, well, they had an American Express card, and each one of them had their own login on that American Express card. And I tried to set that up with Expensify, and I just couldn't get anywhere with it. So
oh, wow. It sounds complicated, though.
it was very complicated. I think that they can do it now. But in the meantime, when I originally set this up, I'm going to say maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I set up a credit card. I went in and I logged on, and they are still tracking that credit card.
Oh, wow. That's great. Yeah, that's Expensify at work.
It does, but you know what? Watch what you're doing, or you could be having things happening that you don't realize.
Right, and you just got to make sure you're turning your sync off.
Well, it wasn't syncing to anything. I could actually log on to Expensify and see the expenses there in the Expensify app. Since then, I've upgraded. I upgrade my QuickBooks Desktop every year, so it's not syncing with anything, but it's bringing in. And I use that credit card very, very little. So most months, I'm just making a payment or not at all. You know what I mean? So it really doesn't matter. But I was surprised that it was still attached, and they are still tracking the expenses. So, where did
I bet mine is still tracking mine.
How long have you had it set up?
Oh, years now, at least 3 or 4 years.
You're going to have to check it.
Yeah, I am going to have to check it. I haven't logged in or done anything to Expensify in a while.
Seth had a hangout on it, and that was when I checked mine.
I'm just on the HubDoc bandwagon, really. I just
Okay.
think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. It just makes our jobs just so much easier. We don't have to go tracking down our clients or go to 10,000 different websites. I don't have to curate their passwords, which I like a lot. I like not having that responsibility.
Yeah, that's something I don't like having. I don't like having to track clients' passwords, but I don't know any way around it at this point.
HubDoc,
HubDoc.
just saying.
Now, I have a question. What I don't understand is why would you use Expensify with a credit card? I mean, wouldn't you just pull the credit card transactions in?
The reason my client wants to use it is because they have clients in Copenhagen and Switzerland and Canada, and they're using their credit card, their American Express, when they travel or meeting with these clients, and basically need to tag those specific charges for so they can build out to the client. And Expensify will be able to generate expense reports that they can submit directly to the client, as well as for in-house purposes.
And that was the reason. It was the expense report. They wanted to attach the receipt.
Report it makes. Got it.
Right. And not have to, they could write in,
You don't have to
this
print
was a meeting for
copies.
X with XXX. And, when you're dealing with, 10 to 15 people that are traveling constantly, that's a lot of transactions, even if you are downloading it directly into QuickBooks. There's very hard to verify that what they're doing is, correct, and watch and police that they're not like buying their whole family gas with it or something.
Right.
But the other thing with that too is my particular clients, because they have, so many international clients, I can get a transaction on an American Express card that's in German or in a different language, but all it is train station because he took a train ride.
Right.
But I don't know that,
You don't
so
know German for train.
exactly. I don't know. I had to Google it. Trust me, I had to Google it.
Choo-choo.
So I'm trying to get them on this, I'm trying to get them set up where, we can run the credit because it is a Business American Express card. All those transactions are going to tag through there and we can easily tag whether they're in-house or, to be billable to a client.
Probably get it quicker than getting the statement too.
Yeah, and it takes a while for me because I have to wait for her to get the credit card statement, but then they have to physically go through and put a little note that says, okay, this is what it is. This is the client to bill and that sort of thing. And that's the only way I know it's billable.
Right.
So that's why I'm trying to get them on Expensify.
Right, and that'll help with that. They will create a Excel sheet for you.
Right. So that's why I'm trying to get it figured out. And I've reached out to Matt McDonald. I did that first demo and got signed up, but I'm trying to find a rep to walk me through this stuff. And he sent me he sent me this. This is what he sent me. He goes, oh, here's the guide to get set up. Really?
That just doesn't sound right. Did you
trust me? I can show you the email.
And this is from the guy that's running the advisor program?
Hold on. I'm going to find the email right now.
And actually, my bank feed stopped when I changed my passcode, but it's still in here in my
After many, many years. Oh my goodness.
All right. Expensify. Okay. Help. Where are you?
Mariette, who was on Seth's Hangout? Do you remember the name?
You mean the Expensify one?
Yes.
I didn't put it in the chat, but yeah, I can give you the exact.
I'm gonna share my screen for 1 second, if I can.
You really want to
you know what? No, I don't. We're recording.
Yeah.
I just realized we're recording.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you want to see that. But anyway, literally, my subject line was help.
So maybe you need to talk to somebody else.
But there is nobody else. Who else am I supposed to talk to? This is from Matt.
I'm looking it up.
And then
who I dealt with.
And then I said help, and he basically responded and said, "Oh, let me know what questions you have." So I figured, I went back and I said, I'm trying to get set up and get my client set up and do all this stuff. And that's where he said, hey, here's the 7-step guide, just getting set up. If you have any specific questions, let me know. I just need help, period. And he keeps asking me to be specific. If I knew that, I would do it my damn self. Because it's not that I use Expensify. I'm trying to get my clients set up so they can use it.
Right.
Because I don't go anywhere, so I don't need expense reports. So I'm just trying to facilitate doing it for them.
Yeah, but are you going as the partner? Are you setting it up?
That's the thing. That's where I am completely at a loss. Because I have one in my name, but they have one in their name. I'm just trying to get a master access so I can go and do everything for them and have them set up and ready to go. Link the American Express card there and match it to QuickBooks and do all that. And I'm not getting any feedback from these people.
Laura, you look like you had something to share.
Yeah, I just find that unusual because they did reach out to me over the time and said, hey, this is where you go and you they give you the class and you go through the videos and you learn it. And they've also had online tutorials over the years where you can sign up and do it. And I'm trying to find my email wherever I
know, but his emails are he's like, the emails I'm getting are, okay, here's your logon. Here's your email for your logon. I figured out I can get in now.
Misha,
but he keeps saying,
why don't you see if you can hire a subcontractor that will coach you to set it up? If they have certified people, if they certify Expensify people, couldn't you hire somebody who got certified? to help you? I hire other QuickBooks people to help me with inventory and things like that if I need help.
That would be financially feasible if I had 10 or 15 clients that's going to be using. I have one client.
Got it. Well,
that doesn't seem financially feasible for me right now. So it's just frustrating. Like,
Maybe we'll have to set up a Expensify after hours.
Yeah.
Where we're not recording and we can just hammer it out and not worry about sharing things that we shouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, the good news is my client said, let's get through filing of their tax return, their corporate return this month. But that is the first thing on the big, that's the next top priority to get them set up on that. Far from, slowing down, they're getting more and more business. So they were in Canada, they were in Zurich. I know Copenhagen is one.
So you need to get a handle on this sooner, right?
Yes, like quickly, so that I can get them on it, because one of the partners travels a lot and we can pull all of the airfare, everything, and code it to that particular client. So when it comes in, all of that stuff is taken care of.
Nice. Okay. We'll have to do that. We'll maybe next week after the regular happy hour, we'll do something. Does anybody else want to add anything about Expensify?
I don't use it, so I don't know. I have no opinion. I would think that you should be able to find some type of videos or something about the setup process.
I just put in chat my prior contact for the Expensify approved program and the link to the Expensify approved site. So check that, Misha. See if that's going to help you get going.
Because I have a partner I have a partner account.
Okay. And then do you have that name of this gentleman, Jonah?
No, Matt Donaldson is who I've been dealing with, and that's who I've been getting emails back and forth from.
I would try this person.
And
see if this person still is working there. And here's the site where you can go and take the classes and stuff. And that should help.
Well, when I just went, hold on here. Let me go back here. Yeah, I just went to that site.
All right, that's telling me how to sign up.
Right away.
Already got it. I already have an account with them.
But she asked if you need help with a client, looking to set up a client. You didn't get that chat box?
Say that again?
Christina came on and said, hi there, looking to set up a client. I can help.
You must be talking over in Google.
I don't know what she's talking about.
I don't know what she's talking about.
I clicked on the link that Laura put in the chat.
Oh, I haven't clicked.
Yeah, that's customer service. Well,
why would they say, can I help you set up a client? I thought you needed help setting up a client.
I do. But that is for somebody who is now coming to Expensify for the first time.
You are. Try it.
You know that. I think you're being real picky, Misha. I would ask her if she's not right. Then, so have you asked people before, like, I want to set this person up, and they said, oh no, that's not. We don't do that.
That's not what I was talking about, though.
Oh, those were the words you used. Set up a client. Sorry about that.
My client has a sign-on. I have a sign-on. I'm supposedly in the partner program. I'm just trying to talk to somebody one-on-one, an account manager where I'm already in the program to help me and try to figure out this particular client, because we're talking about Canada and international
You need to find out if they even can do different countries too.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
And get the chat person, and if they can't help you, they should be able to.
And try the Jonah gentleman and see if he's still there.
Yeah,
Email him. I would definitely, and I would definitely do that. But I recall that they had a lot of videos and a lot of, educate on how to set it up. And I know it's special when you're setting up a company card and that you need to be in the right product for that to work.
And that may be what a problem is that
It
you're
might
having.
just be that when they need to, that's why I want a dedicated person to help me try to figure out, okay, am I in the right thing?
Well, that's
what I'm talking about.
I get what you're talking about, Misha, because I kind of get that, like when I call T-Sheets, and like if I have a problem inside of T-Sheets, I'll call and I'll get one of the people on the line and they can log into my account, and I'm like, all right, I might be an idiot, but this is what I'm trying to do. What am I missing here? And they will sit there and they will take the time to walk you through step by step by step.
Yep.
To do everything. And, that's the same thing goes with like when I called, like the other day I had a call Intuit and I was having a problem with Intuit and I got somebody on the phone and I was like, all right, this is not, I had a problem with an invoice. I think I posted it in one of the groups there and I couldn't figure it out. And I'm like, what am I missing? Like, why can't, this to me seems to be a very simple thing. And they did, they took the time to go in and log in and try to recreate my error and try to troubleshoot it. But so what you're saying is that you're not getting that connection with.
Exactly.
I think Expensify is I could be wrong. I think it's a very small company. I think there's only a few people that are running the thing and they're trying to maybe
they make it look like they have a ton of people going.
I don't really think they do, but because like that type of thing that I just saw that Linda had clicked on, the chat lady, those like once you click on there, it'll activate somebody to come online. It's like somebody.
It's customer service. It's just general customer service. I'm looking for the rep that deals with us.
Right. But sometimes
again, right to Jonah that I put his name and
I'm trying to bring it over from the
I don't know if he's still there because this is the while back, but just check it out.
But sometimes those, just to let you know, those little chat things, because I've had two cases where when I did it on T-Sheets, the guy on the chat helped me through everything. It was great. I didn't even have to talk to him. I was like, this is what I need to do. And he even did like a remote session with me and moved everything on he fixed everything for me. I didn't have to do anything. I just sat back, had a cup of coffee. And then the other day I had a problem with Windows 10 and the chat people helped me perfectly with that. So,
and I use chats like that when I have a problem, but I don't know I have a problem yet. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? It's not that I have a problem. I'm just trying to make sure I'm walking down the right road as opposed to not even being in the vicinity.
Gotcha.
Like I want to get to the right neighborhood. Let's put it that way.
You should be able to at least get somebody, I would think, on the phone that could be able to.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I said to this Matt guy, can I talk to you about, I have questions. And every email he'll say, let me know if you have questions. I said, well, I need to talk to you. Let me know if you have questions. I'm like, really? I mean, clearly, help in the thing.
Yeah, but you know what? So here's devil's advocate, okay? Because I was just talking about this the other day with somebody as far as us being tax accountants and how we want our clients to communicate with you and us. And like one of my biggest pet peeves is when somebody says, call me, I need help. It doesn't tell me what they need help on. It's like my biggest pet peeve.
Could be a personal problem, right?
Yeah, I can understand. So the first email I said, help. And I said, I need to talk to you about X, Y, and Z.
Okay, so at least you said what you're
exactly. That's what I mean. And then I said, well, I have this client I need to get set up, but I want to make sure. And he just kept at the end of every sentence. It's like he copied and pasted from the last email that said, let me know if you have any questions.
It's time to talk to someone new then.
Is he a
I just
bot?
want to talk to somebody.
Yeah, there's a couple other
But
people.
isn't he the big guy? I don't know. Isn't Matt the big guy?
I have no idea. And I can't.
Maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe he just doesn't have time.
And I've logged into my account, but it doesn't say anything about it being a partner account. That's the thing.
Well,
that's what's confusing.
Right.
Maybe he's a bot.
Maybe he's a bot.
Maybe you're having fun. Talk to the bot. Talk to him back.
But then it's weird because then I'll go to my admin in the account and it'll say,
you know what you should do? Copy and paste your exact same question and just keep on going back and forth.
Right.
So it's weird. Like I signed in with my name, my username, my email. But then I go to admin and under policies, it says expense policy, expenses at, and my client's URL, like my client's email, my client's domain. That's what I'm trying to figure out, and it's frustrating.
It would make a great blog post for customer service, that's for sure.
It would.
Yeah. So Joanne, I want to go back to you. You had a problem with Windows 10 last week?
Oh my God. Did you hear me screaming from Pennsylvania?
Just about.
Because everybody heard me. I came in, when was it? Monday or Tuesday? I came in Tuesday. It was Tuesday morning. And it said, congratulations for upgrade. I go, what the? I was like, I never gave you permission to upgrade. I could, and the only option when I saw it on the screen, there was an option it was ready for me to log in. Like that first time you ever log into any operating system, it was ready for me to log in. And I said, I don't want to log in because I don't want Windows 10. So I didn't know what to do. And then down at the bottom where it says, are you Joanne? Are you not Joanne? And I said, well, I'm going to pretend I'm not Joanne. So I said, no, I'm not Joanne. And then it brought me up this thing to, will you accept our terms of service? And I said, hell no. And then it said, do you want to revert to your old version? And I said, yes. So I had gone there, but it took me 45 minutes for that to uninstall 10 and reinstall and pray to all that's holy that everything came back and I had my desktop and I had all my software was working fine, and it did. But I was so happy and I was doing the jig. 2 hours later, it wanted to do the same thing and it wouldn't let me kick out of it. It gave me 3 windows. It said, you're ready to update, click. And my only option was to update. And I couldn't do anything with it. And I left him up there. And that's when I got on the chat support with Microsoft. And his name was Julius. So Julius, while he actually did a remote session, he walked me through and changed all my settings so it would never turn on again. I said, no, are you sure? If I reboot my computer, this is not going to, I said, because I'm coming after you, Julius, from Microsoft Office, for Microsoft support. And he was like, no, ma'am, it won't come on your computer again. I'm like, okay.
I'll bet you if you look at the fine print when the user agreement, it says we have the right to randomly change your software whenever we feel like it,
Well, let me tell you that I was the wrong person to do that to on that day because I had way too much accomplished. So it's shut off on this computer, but I do still have 2 other computers are getting the reminders, and it's just getting irritating. So I have to take some time out and see if I can recall what he told me to do. Or I got to get Julius on the line.
I think if you Google online, I think I saw something where you can turn off some permission.
Yeah, I watched him do it.
It's
I watched him
something W file.
It was into the settings, and it was disabling. He did a couple of weird things that even me being a geeky person, have not gone into those settings. So I would prefer to just let them do it themselves. So, but they did. That's I said. You call chat. You say, yeah, do the remote session. Have at it. And he did it.
Yeah, I said that I tried mine and I switched, and then it started acting funny where the screen would go blank, and I'd have to reboot the computer to get the screen back up. So if I was able to basically uninstall 10 and reinstall 7, but
I can see how that could totally mess somebody up. I mean, my computer probably can handle Windows 10, but there could be some people that they get this upgrade and then all of a sudden their computer can't handle it and they're stuck. Nothing can operate, and maybe they're, I have tax returns to do. I had to go into some old QuickBooks files. I probably would have been having problems the whole time.
Right, exactly. Somehow Microsoft knows that exact moment. That's the exact worst time.
Oh, let me tell you, it was
You don't
Tuesday
want to
morning,
learn
it's not pretty.
anything new about Microsoft today. You just want to get your goals accomplished. Don't be upgrading. You don't be playing. Don't be.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with it. If I want to mess with Windows 10, let me do it this summer. You know,
Yeah,
I don't want to do it March 14th.
Exactly.
Could have been April 14th.
No,
April
this
14th.
actually, Dennis, this deadline's worse for me than the April one. So.
Because of the corporates?
Yep, because of all my corporates and S corps. I have more corporates than personals.
Hey, look who's here. Hal joined us.
Yahoo!
Hey, Hal.
Hey.
Hey.
He said, well, all those people, you're talking to all those people? I go, yeah. Anyway, he really does exist.
I see Hal all the time with you on your cruises, all the fun stuff that you're doing.
Yeah.
Just finished the tax return. Now we have money. We can go on our next cruise.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Anyway, sorry to distract you from everything.
I'm
Okay,
going
I'll go back to
to
news.
change the subject and go to Linda. And Linda has a question.
I wanted to just point out, James Doty just put a couple of links up in the chat, and they are both excellent about how to set up a client in Expensify. I went to the links. It looks great. So you might want to check those out, Misha. Thank you, James.
Sure.
And, well, my question. It was on, I have a client and a neighbor who uses QuickBooks 2014. And mostly she sells on a website. She has a wonderful business, and her merchant services on her website works fantastic. But and most people from all around the country order online at the Bountiful Basket. But she has local people from like Chambers of Commerce and that place orders, and they just call her or they fax in an order, and then she has to create an invoice, and they want to pay with a debit card, and I guess she doesn't have a Square or anything. So I said, why don't you just send them to your website? But she says, no, they want me to send an invoice. So I wondered what you recommended with QuickBooks 2014 desktop. I showed her how you can sign up for a QuickBooks thing whereby they can click on it and pay the invoice. But I didn't know which kind was best.
We got silence.
Well, Sarah's talking, but she's muted. Sarah, you're muted. See, her mouth is moving.
So Dwayne made it.
Bottom left corner.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Dwayne.
Hi, Dwayne.
Sarah, were you talking to us or were you talking to someone in your office?
Oh, maybe she is talking to someone in her office. What?
Doesn't look like a good conversation happening. Sorry, Sarah. My suggestion was to go to the merchant services that she already has and get a link from them and customize the invoice and put it on the invoice.
And would you do that on like the layout designer or something?
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
I'll add, I have used QuickBooks Payments, the QuickBooks version of Merchant Services in desktop. I've used it in desktop 14, 15, 16, and Enterprise 16. And it's really nice because it is seamless. And when the invoice is sent to the customer, there's a blue button in the email. You can choose different versions. You can have a PDF of the invoice sent in the email. You can have the text of the email be the information from the invoice. You can have just a summary. And then that blue button at the top, I think it says view and pay invoice, or it might just say view invoice. Click on that. It takes you to a web-based version of the invoice, and then the client can pay. And you can set it up where it's either just credit cards or credit cards and ACH. I like ACH. I try to push people to ACH because it's cheaper.
Got it.
But I do give them both options. So it's nice because it's seamless.
And
It integrates very well. When
Yeah.
it comes in, the payments come in, it attaches right to the invoice and
Right.
goes right to the deposit, and it includes the charge. It does it right. Like, you'll see the total amount of the sales and then the expense line underneath of it.
And they're fast in clearing payments too, I find. Within a couple days, I usually have the deposit.
Good.
Right.
And that's QuickBooks payments?
QuickBooks payments, yeah.
And she probably would actually sign up right in her QuickBooks program by clicking on it and turning it on?
Yes, I believe you can do that. And also, if you're a pro advisor, she can get a discount through you because there are different plans. There's even, I think they still have the plan, which is free, no monthly fee. You pay a slightly higher rate for, the credit card transactions, but it's still comparable to, and even I think slightly better than what you would pay PayPal.
Yeah.
And then it goes up. I think the most expensive one they have is like $19 a month or something like that, and that gives you the better rates and various other things. But check it out. Yeah, and
I'll do that. Speaking of that, I just happened to find out yesterday that when you have like a card, a debit card and that, and you use it at Target or Home Depot, and then they have a data breach, and then so your bank cancels that card and sends you a new card. It turns out if you have any kind of a recurring charge, even if you go to that website and change, like on PayPal, I went and I put the new card up, but because I was on recurring monthly subscriptions, I hadn't approved it with the new card, so they stopped the subscriptions. I had 2 subscriptions stopped like that because LL Bean sent me a new card. And even though I went to PayPal and put the new card up, I called them on the phone. I sat on the phone an hour to talk.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't want that to happen with your QuickBooks subscription because then you're done.
So anyway, it was just something that I learned, and now I have to set up again some things that I'm subscribed to. So thank you, James. That I will look into that, and I will see about getting her if she wants to pay me and have me become a pro advisor with her. She's a renter where I manage apartments also, and she's a friend. So I haven't charged her for anything yet. So I'll just tell her that she might get I'll call in the pro advisor and find out how much of a discount. And then, but I don't think I'm gonna give her a free discount unless she uses me a little bit occasionally.
How much money would she be processing?
I'm not really sure. I'd have to check. But my guess is her basket's probably the cheapest basket would be $50. And if she's doing maybe 50 of them.
Gotcha.
That'd be 50 times 50. Isn't that $2,500?
Yeah. See, because I'm part of Brandon's IRP thing.
Yes.
And that would be another option too, because you could actually sign them up, and if you sign them up through an IRP, they get the monthly rate is the IRP's monthly rate, which is, I believe, $14.99 a month, I think, or $15.99 a month. So it's cheaper than like if you signed up on a month.
I think it's $15.99 a month.
Yeah. So they get that, plus you would get passive income forever.
Then what I was tending to do was like refer somebody to Gina. Oh, you haven't signed up yet for definite?
For IRP, yes, I am an IRP.
That's what I
So
thought.
am I.
So I would have a tendency to go through one of those people. I mean, Brandon's fine too, but
yeah, no, I mean that's that word.
Again, I bought one of the programs. I can't remember which. Oh, QBox. I went through either Gina or Yvette's link. So they get.
Yeah, no, what I was saying for you, it's really easy. I don't know. Do you know what the requirements are, Misha? Because Misha and we're IRPs through Brandon. It's just basically signing a
There's no
form.
way I would ever do it through myself. I would go through Brandon or somebody else.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's like it doesn't cost you anything. We all did it. We just signed
we
it.
work
We're all IRPs now under Brandon.
IRP under Brandon.
Yeah. So it's really easy to do.
I have this New England area, New York, and I'm in this area. Well, not New York, but
I have New York.
She has New York. I have the other
Connecticut.
I have Connecticut. Connecticut is not part of New England anyway.
Well, no. What I was going to say with the IRP program is that even if my question was, because I don't know, I'm fairly new to it. Do you have to be a pro advisor to be underneath an IRP program, like underneath Brandon's thing? Does anybody know that?
I don't
think so.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
Because I
am though.
No, I don't think you are.
I think you just have to be an accountant or
Gotcha.
have clients, not just a regular client.
No, I just didn't know if they would allow you into the whole,
I think if you go through someone like Brandon, I think if you go through Brandon,
you get access though. I mean, you get access to back end stuff of Intuit.
Right.
So
it would. I mean, to be quite honest, I don't think anybody without. Yeah, I don't. I mean, you'd have to be a pro advisor to even be in that circle anyway.
I don't think so, Misha.
Not necessarily.
No,
I don't think so.
And I don't know. That's what I'm wondering.
Because you're logged in. I never even into it.
Yeah, I never.
You don't have to be a pro. You don't have to be a pro advisor of the IRP.
Thank you, James. I'm going to go there.
Cool.
Awesome.
You have to get 30,000 in sales per year.
And that's why we're under.
And that's why we're under.
And that's why we're under Brandon.
And that's why we're under Brandon.
Because this isn't our main source of income. This is what we do to help out our clients.
Right.
Not necessarily that we're in it to make money.
Oh no! But what I easily, like last week or something, I onboarded 4 people onto QuickBooks Online. So that was pretty good. Yeah.
But the thing is that there is, and with the QuickBooks Online, when you go through the IRP, you get an even more deeper discount than if you
get a deeper discount, but you get a nice little payday.
Yeah, and it's perpetual.
Yeah.
So with a pro advisor, it's only for a certain period of time. When you do it through the IRP, you're getting it lower, and you are getting they get it for the life of that. For the life of that.
That's what I liked about it. I liked.
You don't get it for the life, Misha, for the online. We don't get it for the
IRP.
No, I am an IRP.
They said it was perpetual at the last meeting.
Perpetual discount, but not perpetual.
That's what I meant.
Okay.
The discount, the cheaper.
The discount is perpetual.
The discount is perpetual.
That's always well, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as they stay.
As long as they stay with the account. Once they close it, then it.
Yeah.
But wholesale billing is the same way too, 50% off.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. It's more than the 50% off for IRP.
It's not over 50%. The Excel spreadsheet, it doesn't show over 50%. I just got a new one today.
I haven't looked at mine. I thought it was.
No.
Mariette, are you with us?
Mariette's working for me on the back end and on Facebook.
She's trying to get some Expensify.
She's trying to get some Expensify help for me.
I just wanted to say congratulations on your Intuit profile.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
That was awesome.
It was from Firm of the Future, basically. So I know most of you know I was in Firm of the Future, which was really cool. And then they did all the Firm of the Futures. We had like a Q&A session and a whole like video, 1 hour video session. And I actually didn't even, it was kind of a surprise because that was back in, November? And about 3 weeks ago, they said, oh, remember we did that session? I'm like, oh, yeah, I do remember. They said, oh, we want to make an article and post it. I said, okay. So So yeah, it was actually a really nice surprise. Actually, what I liked best was the picture.
Oh, the picture is great. I love the new picture.
Yeah, because I've been telling my few of my clients and even some other companies that have been wanting to meet write blogs. They've been asking for my bio and my picture, and I was so embarrassed because my picture is like 5 years old, and so I actually already had booked a photo shoot to get a new, what is it called?
Headshot.
Headshot. Yeah, headshot. And then I got that picture this week, so that was probably my favorite part. I was super excited about the picture.
So you got to cancel your headshot appointment and keep your money.
Yes, I kept my money. Even though the girl that does my headshot, she does everything. She does makeup and hair for me for all the events that I do anyway, so she's made enough on me, so I'm not worried about that. But yeah, so that was actually really fun. And then, and you know me, I love telling my story. And you know what was really interesting was that my whole family was in the news last week. Like I was, you know, this was me, but then my brothers, I haven't really talked about my brothers, but they actually have a marketplace for small business lending, like alternative lending. And they're focusing on the Latino market. And they were actually on a news, they were on the media, Univision. Univision's it's a nationwide TV station, but in California, it's really huge. So they were called to be on the news this week to talk about their entrepreneurship and the fact that they're twins, identical twins, they're Harvard grads and all kinds of other stuff. But anyway, so they were on the news. And then this month, I'm sure you guys know it's Women's History Month. And so then my sister, who's a manager for their company, was called in to be on the news, Univision as well, as a Latina woman in Women's History Month. And then I was on the news, so I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like the news week, I guess. And we were all on the news. That was really fun. So yeah, you know.
Well, it's nice that you're in good company. Congratulations. And congratulations to all your family.
Thank you. And I encourage all of you guys. I mean, Joanne obviously knows, and, you know, everyone that knows me, you know, it's so big to go and be, you know, out there and be outgoing and, you know, just really share as much as you can and be in the spotlight, because before you know it, someone's going to call you in. And then once they recognize you, you know, they're going to ask you to write blogs and be interviewed. Obviously, last month, 17 Hats asked me to be their ambassador for the accounting, you know, the accounting ambassador. So, you know, I just encourage all you guys to just stay out there. Sometimes you feel like, you know, is it all about me? But it's okay if it's all about you, because, you know, you have to be out there. It's not conceited. You're not, you know, trying to be showy, but you just have to be out there and you have to be approachable and reachable so people can ask you to volunteer for these kind of things. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice. Congratulations again.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let me see. Dwayne. Hi, Dwayne. Unmute.
Okay, Gina, how are you?
Good, good. You couldn't make it last week because you had to go rescue a client. Want to tell us what happened?
Oh, yeah. I fell down a flight of stairs and I had to meet with a tax client. And I think the meeting went for about 2 or 3 hours. And so it ran past the time when we have our session, and I didn't get home till around 4 o'clock.
Okay, okay. I had to rescue a client too. My client decided to upgrade to 2015 or 2016 without telling me, and they are using Qbox.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, it was a pretty interesting thing. I'm sitting here busy doing my, you know, working on clients, and I get a phone call, and it's, you know, person I recognize, and she says, I have Intuit support on the phone. I'm like, really? You're not supposed to do that without me. I can get you better support.
Oh, yeah. They like doing things on their own sometimes. And then they tell you after the fact.
They got the notice that their payroll was going to end if they didn't upgrade soon. I think it's May. Is May when?
Yep, May sunset. Yeah.
May is the sunset.
So she decided on a Friday afternoon. I'm sorry, a Thursday afternoon because I was there Friday morning.
That's the sunset.
Pardon?
It's 2013 that's sunsetting this year.
Oh, Gina.
Yes.
Okay, I just remembered. My memory's getting a little fuzzy these days. last week in the afternoon, I was helping a client repost his invoices because he doubled up on the checks on his invoices, but the category of the expenditures was labor versus reimbursed materials. And he had a full year of transactions that had to be re-entered and recategorized. And it had to be we had to go into receive payments and undo it and then redo it. That's what it was. Okay. Yeah. Right.
Wow. That is a lot of work.
Wait, Gina. And he hasn't updated his company file. He's still using 2008.
Say what?
So you're getting him to upgrade?
Yes, I'm getting to upgrade. I was trying to close him out this morning, and we took a look at his P&L, and when you go into his one of the categories of his revenues, after we corrected posting the received payments, when you looked into the revenue, it was broken out on the cash basis. It was broken out in separate payments to get you to the same amount that was identified as that one category. And I couldn't correct it until I changed it from cash basis to accrual basis. Now I tried to update his file because he never updated it, but it was riddled with a lot of error messages. Okay, so I went in to do a rebuild, and it wouldn't really rebuild, but to verify, I ran it twice, and it said that the data was okay. So he's supposed to talk with Intuit today. So we'll see what happens with that.
Oh, so we may lose you at any time. He may be calling you with emergency on the phone.
I know. He's supposed to call me later on this afternoon, but we'll see.
Well, at least he gave you some warning. I had no idea. I had the day planned. I had work all day long. Well, what happened was she got the notice that her payroll was going to end, so she was going to do it sooner rather than later.
Right.
And when she got the email back from them, it said, you can do it yourself, or would you like Intuit to help you? So she clicked why I would like to have Intuit help me.
Yeah.
So
that was her first mistake.
She got, he must have been a trainee. He really must have been a trainee, because by the time she had got to the phone with me, he says, I can't find the database.
Wow.
It's not a good sign.
That first question, yes, Dennis, that's right. I'm like, what do you mean you can't find the database? Well, and then I came to realize that he was reading out of a book. He had two choices. One choice was upgrade a single user. The other choice was upgrade a network. There was no QBox upgrade there.
Oh, wow.
And for QBox, if you're upgrading your QuickBooks, you need to take the database out of the file and put it on your local computer and upgrade it there. Then you make a backup and copy it back onto QBox. Well, I had mentioned to him, you should really be upgrading this database on the local drive on her computer, not across. And he says, well, this isn't a network install. So I'm like, you know what? We need to end this conversation right now. He says, but I can do it. You just have to give me access to the database. I wasn't denying you access to the database as far as I can see. Thank you for your help. You've been great. We'll take care of it from here. So we got off the phone with him, and my client says, that means I can't use QuickBooks for the rest of the day? I'm sorry. It's in the afternoon. I can't get there until tomorrow morning. You should have called me before you did all of this. So I was able to go the next day. And QBox, you cannot upgrade that file directly in QBox. You really do have to take it to the desktop to upgrade it to the next version and then reinstall it on QBox.
Oh, okay.
So Yeah, yeah.
Tina, I have a question about that because I actually did that a lot this year. I did a lot of, I have a lot of Qbox clients and I did the upgrade. So when you do the upgrade, don't you upgrade don't you just log into the client's computer and then do the upgrade and then basically kind of reconnect everybody's Qbox again just remotely, or you actually go and physically do that?
When you upgrade, well, first of all, he wrote over the old program, which I never do. I always do a clean install of the desktop. And I like to name my QuickBooks files the version of QuickBooks they're using. That's just my preference because I have so many clients on so many different versions. It helps me always know which desktop version to use for each client. But no, you can't do it like that. You can upgrade your QuickBooks, but when you reconnect and then it upgrades the file to the newer version, you'll get an error. And then at that point, if you haven't backed up, you lose your database. Now, because you're using QuickBooks, you have all those backups that you can go back to. But I did try it the way he was going to do it. And of course, I had many backups before I tried, but it did not work across the network.
Okay.
I actually had to bring the database to the desktop and upgrade it from there and then put it back on the Qbox.
Back in the Qbox. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
And I just did the install where you create a backup, and then when you restore the backup, you put that, you direct it to
restore it into Qbox.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
But you go and you physically do that. You don't do it remotely, so you don't have to worry about, like, you don't actually do it remotely through like a log me in.
This was a local client. They've been a long time client, so I did go into their office.
Got it. Okay. Makes sense.
Yep. Yep. And by the way, I do want to have Chris Wise come back. I want him to be our next demo. And I want him to talk about sharing the Microsoft Office files, the Word, the Excel, and, all of that.
Yeah.
Well, I found a use for Qbox the other day. A client had kind of messed up her QuickBooks file, and I was able to go into Qbox and roll back the version from the day before where she'd screwed things up.
That's a nice feature, and I tell people that it's like having backup.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really that cognizant of it, but I thought, well, I called Qbox and found out if I could even do it. I said, yeah, so it made it easy just to go in and restore the previous day's file on her computer.
Right.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Okay, if you are working on on files and you have it in QuickBooks Desktop, and you go in to try to look up the file and you can't find the QB file, what usually is that the case? What happens there?
I'm not sure.
Okay, let's say for example purpose, let's say if I'm in QuickBooks Desktop 2014. Okay?
Right.
All right. And so then you go into first part of the menu and you trying to pick the company files that you worked on before. Okay. And then when you look, they're not there, or one of them is not there.
You're talking about this on the open company file window, I think. Is that what you're talking about? Just on the open company file window, if it's not there for you to just click on it?
Right. And so if you go to search for it, you can't find it.
I usually go right to File and look at Open Previous Company. That gives you all the.
Oh, okay. All right.
Right. And I don't really use the Open Company file. If it doesn't come up, I go to File and I look for the database.
You look at previous company file?
Well, one of the places is Previous Company File, but you also have the option to open a database and it allows you to browse. So
you can also
where that. Pardon?
You can also do an all-out search for star.qbw on a computer's hard drive, and it'll find all the desktop files.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, I always do a search as well, and you can find it that way. Because it's always
Sometimes
in
they
some random
hide.
folder too. Yeah, they're hidden and you find them in some random user / sample company.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like in like 7 different folders. So yeah, the search functions nowadays are really easy. So I don't even bother. I do previous company. If I don't see it there, I don't do anything else, and I just do a search, and I'm always able to find it within a few seconds.
Okay. Thank you very much. Normally I've gone to the backup and just pulled the backup up, when I couldn't find it. Yeah.
Thank you, Mariette. I think we are about at the end of the time. We did not talk about Linda and PEX cards. Linda wanted to talk a little bit about PEX cards. Where did we lose Linda? Guess, oh, she's
muted.
She's muted, and she's one of those fake people showing. Okay, well, I guess next week we will talk about PEX cards then. She must be busy having something else happening. So is there anything else anyone wants to talk about before we end today?
What is X cards?
What is PEX card?
Yeah.
It's like a debit card
Oh, okay.
or an credit card. You set them up, prepaid cards you can use. If you
Is
have
paying employees, is that what that
for
is?
employees, right?
Yes, exactly. You pay your employees with it.
You can pay employees with it. You can pay expenses with it. You can restrict the expenses. Like if you have someone that you want to give them a card, you can restrict it to only purchasing gas or only purchasing certain expenses.
Okay.
So we'll talk to Linda about that next week then.
Has anyone tried the new scheduling feature in T-Sheets?
No, but it looks so cool.
Oh my God, it is.
I use the T-Sheets to Gusto sync. Oh my God, payroll is like
Isn't it awesome?
5 seconds.
I know.
Wow, that's awesome to hear.
So they sent out a message to the T-Sheets pros to get, it's in beta testing right now.
Yeah.
And I actually tried it today, and I put this meeting in as a, just to test it out. So I'm like, oh my gosh, because I always forget, like, yes, I do it on my phone, but I always forget to put, when I'm in with a client, I put the time in. Oh my God, it's lovely. So now when I schedule meetings, I can automatically just schedule it in there, and it gives me a reminder, hey, you need to log in and clock in because you have this appointment.
Nice.
I love it.
Awesome.
So hopefully I'll play around with it some more, and we'll
Come back and talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
Anything else anyone wants to talk about before we end today? Nope, that's it. Same time, same place next week. We'll be talking to Linda about PEX cards, and anything else anyone else wants to talk about. So
Right, and maybe between now and then, Misha, you'll fix your Expensify. We'll look at that report.
Yeah, but the problem is I also have tax returns to do, so it's like
a B project.
Yeah, it's a B project at best.
Yeah. But I know I need to get it taken care of and done, and I barely have time to do my continuing ed for taxes. I ain't got time to be running around watching videos of Expensify personally. But if it was May, June, yeah, I could just lay in bed and watch videos of Expensify.
That's what I do on the weekends.
Misha, do you have a huge workload before the 15th?
No, I don't have a lot of actually I should really do my own, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think
I always do mine in October.
I just thought about that. I need to do an extension for myself.
There you go.
Yeah, don't forget.
Write that down because you'll forget about it.
Yeah, that's what.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's got to go on your T-sheets, Misha.
I know, right?
There you go.
Lock in.
So we will end for this week. See you all next week. Have a great week. Talk to you next week.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.